This is Costello, back with another installment of Nothing Out of the Aordinary.
Hell yeah!
And today we will be discussing the idea of unconditional love and the lack thereof. First things first, you might only experience unconditional love from your mother, if that, and that's because she had you. It was an investment of her mind, body, and soul to put you here on this earth. 9 months is a long time to carry somebody, especially taking advantage of your life force energy in order to come into existence. It's an investment. So you might only experience unconditional love from your mother, if that, Outside of that, it's very rare that you find it. Unfortunately, that's just what it is, Unconditional love and transactional relationships go hand in hand. They're like two sides of the same coin, two extremes. Transactional being, what can I do for you? What can you do for me? And unconditional being more one-sided. It's like somewhere in the middle is an ideal, healthy balance, but we're talking about unconditional love today. What got me started on the whole tangent of unconditional love and the lack thereof, I have an uncle who works on cars, and the first couple years I moved out maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I still hit him up now, I hit him up to I would hit him up to ask him to help me fix my car or to teach me, because I'd rather learn how to do it myself. And after a couple of times of that, I began to realize I don't just want to hit him up when I need something. I don't feel as if that's very reflective of the person I would like to be or the traits I would like to embody. So I started making more of an effort to check in on his general wellness, ask him, how are you, how your day going, even when I don't need anything from him. And I feel as if our relationship has improved significantly because of it. I never would want somebody to feel like I'm only hitting you up because I need you. Very one-sided. I try to practice unconditional love as much as possible, as much as I can, not only in theory, but in practice as well. We do live in a very conditional time though, And to piggyback off that statement, we live in a conditional time. Because dating, right, especially as a minority, dating is not just dating. You're also dating to survive with someone. You're surviving. This isn't like a happy-go-lucky world we're living in. This is you help me survive, I help you survive. We survive together. We're a team, So I can understand conditions needing to be had or met. Unconditional love is a fragile thing. It's very easy to trample upon that, because if you give somebody infinite chances, they're going to take infinite chances, whether that's your detriment or your benefit. Because a lot of things in life aren't good or bad. It just is. And how we assign value to that, or how we go about treating those things, gives it its definition, whether that's good or bad. I believe in the idea of psychological egoism. Psychological egoism is the belief that everything we do is for our own benefit, our own selfish benefit. An example of that is saving a child from being hit by a car, right? On the surface, you save the child from being hit by the car because, it's just the right thing to do, right? And you're saving their life. That's good. But it's also selfish for the reasons being, perhaps it satisfies your moral standings, or you'd feel bad if you saw the child die. You'd feel bad if you didn't do anything to help, or you feel like it's what you're supposed to do. So by doing what you're supposed to do, you can feel all right, opposed to the latter. Selfish doesn't always have to mean good or bad. It just is, Everything we do is for our own benefit, no matter how altruistic it may seem. it's not a bad thing per se. I mean, it really makes the world go round. It's all means to an end. No matter how you get there, as long as it gets done, that's what matters, right?
Perhaps.
So, how does psychological egoism play into unconditional love? Psychological egoism plays into unconditional love by reinforcing the conditions around love itself, around the relationship itself. Everything is for our own selfish benefit. As males in society, I feel like our worth is very much inherently tied to what we can produce, what we can do. You know, not to say females might not feel the same way, but I would think that they're more appreciated for just existing. I would hope that I can love you for just existing. I can appreciate you just for existing, and not what you can do for me or what you can produce. You know, we also live in a very capitalistic system that exploits us, and if you're not doing anything, then there is no worth to you. You know, if you're not making money, what are you doing? And I mean, if I had a 36-year-old man in my house, eating up my food, taking up my space, thinking up my shit, it'd be hard to love him, look past the flaws, imperfections, love him unapologetically. While it might be almost impossible to unconditionally love someone or something, it's similar to seeking perfection, right? In the pursuit of perfection or unconditional love, you have a more expansive experience than if you were to place a boundary on it. Like, if you chase infinity, you'll get much farther than you would if you were to chase finite. I feel like in the pursuit of unconditional love, one can have a more expansive experience of life in general, you know? I feel like you can really derive more from just loving your neighbor. And even if it doesn't give you anything in return, it's good practice. Because ideally, I would want you to be loved for just being here. You know how many issues I would solve for people?
Hell yeah!
Like, I can only imagine how many folk don't feel like they're worth it or like they're enough because they don't produce. We're not trees. I do feel like unconditional love at the same time kind of exists in a vacuum, as in it has to have specific conditions in order to fully grow. Otherwise, it will be taken advantage of. And even if it does, that's just part of the game. Because if it's unconditional, it's unconditional. You know, like, would your mother still love you if you murdered the family? Like, would she still love you like her baby? I don't know. If she did, that'd be unconditional. But if she didn't, that'd be conditional. I don't know, man. It's kind of a minefield to work around because it's a loaded topic. It's a loaded topic for sure. Unconditional love and the lack thereof. Unconditional love and transactional relationship go hand in hand. They are two sides of the same coin, two extremes on the same spectrum. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I have on unconditional love for the time being. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, perspectives on the subject, do tell. Because I feel like this is a pretty intriguing discussion for sure. In the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching. It's a lovely day to be alive. It's a phenomenal Sunday to be alive, goddamn. Motherfucker got food in the fridge, got clothes on my back, I got a roof over my head. Shit, I'm breathing. I'm here. It's a blessing. And I hope you feel the same way. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get the fuck on now. So this has been Costello with another installment of Nothing Out of the Ordinary. Thank you for watching. I think I'll try to do these once a week. I'm really just thinking off the top of my head. So in order to have a more concise discussion, I'm going to gather my points ahead of time. A little bit of preparation and all that shit, but I'm gonna go get the fuck on now. So y'all have a great day.